and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ottavia and welcome to another reading vlog. But this time I'm just gonna read one book only, and it's time for me to start Alchemised by Sen LinYu. This chunk of a book, this brick of a book, this 1,000 pages long book. Okay. So everyone has been raving about this book, everyone loves this book, other people not, and we're gonna talk about it, why and what's the situation with this book. I am really excited to read something like this because it's a little bit out of my comfort zone genre, and I'll tell you why. Because here is about alchemy and necromancy, which are two things that I don't read much, but sometimes I do like to read something like this. I actually watch Full Metal Alchemist, so I know the situation over there, so I can read something like this. And I'm here for thick plot descriptions and a slow burn romance. A lot of people were like, oh, but this, I thought it was a fantasy romance or a fantasy, and there's no romance, it's all about plot and stuff like this. Well, this one, I think from the synopsis, when I read it, it's a book that is not a romantasy at all. There's a lot more into it. It's a lot about, you know, we're gonna see it soon. So I'm really happy to start a book like this. So let's start first with the edition that I have. This is the Waterstone exclusive edition. As you can see already, the sprayed edges also at the top. At the bottom is only this one. But then when you open it up, the inside is like this. You have the hardback this way, and then it opens up like this. So I am so happy that I got this edition. I think it's really stunning. It's a beautiful book. But let's talk about what it is about. So we are in this world where there's necromancy and there's alchemy, and there's a school about it. There's a lot also different necromancy as well. But in this one, we're following this girl called Elena Marino. Yeah, Helena Marino. She was part of the resistance. The thing is that she was in prison for a long time and discovered, and still now in prison, but she basically doesn't remember what happened from a certain part of his past until when she basically wakes up. So they are all like the bad people, which are basically now that conquered everything, that they want to understand why she doesn't remember things. They're like, something is fishy, something is not right. So basically what they decided is to take her to the High Reeve, which is a person that destroys people and stuff like that with his powers and necromancy and stuff like that, and the story goes from there. So this one was first a fanfic called Manacled, and it was basically a fiction of Hermione Granger and Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter. So this one has been now revision and done a specific book. I believe this is just a standalone, which is great. But yeah, so I think people are gonna be a little bit afraid of reading it, which I am. And also people not understanding maybe the book. And to be honest, I just started it yesterday, and I'm only page 56, which is basically 5% for this entire book. And people were saying, oh, this book is too descriptive. There's a lot of information just put out like that. And I see it already, because I'm already confused 50 pages in about all of his different alchemy, necromancy kind of style. It's gonna be tough to read it, and especially to understand it, but I'm gonna try it, and hopefully I will like it. Because can you imagine DNF in this book that is so pretty? Like, should I keep it just because, even if I don't like it or not? I mean, I don't know if I will like it. I might like it, so I'm gonna read it anyway. But I just want to see and being transported within this world and see how it is, because yeah, the topics are quite heavy. Like, I was reading 2 parts where someone was eating someone. Oh my god, it was horrible. I was like, I was like this when I was reading it. But I just want to see like my feelings, what I'm feeling when I'm reading it, because it's going to take me on a long journey. And to actually document in a video a book of 1,000 pages is actually quite fun. So that's why I decided to, go into this journey reading this thick book. But yeah, hopefully I will enjoy it. But it's gonna take me a long time to read it. Like today is my day off and I haven't even read anything because I've been doing lots of things in the morning and then this afternoon. I wanted to maybe try to have 100 pages every day, and it would take me quite a long time anyway to read it. But at the same time, I'm noticing that it takes me a while to read one page. So it's not like my ratio of 50 pages per an hour. It's actually going to be a little bit more. So we will see how to go with it. But another thing, I'm not taking this book to work with me. I have the ebook copy and I'm going to read it in there because I can't take this one with me. This is basically the size of my like Tupperware when I have the food, when I put it this way. It's like I can't bring this one as well. But I am really excited anyway, nonetheless. I don't think I have anything else to say about this one now. 50 pages in, I'm now in a part where Helena Marino actually meets the High Reeve, which is really quick. So we will see how it goes, because actually having like 1,000 pages in one book and already having both of them like the encounters, we will see. Anyway, I'm just gonna come back to you next time once I read a little bit more with my thoughts and stuff like this, and maybe other things that I might share. But yeah, we'll see when it's gonna be because it's gonna be a long run of a vlog. But yeah, I'll speak to you later, and just immediately just let me know what you think in the comments about this book immediately now. Just tell me immediately. Anyway, I'll speak to you later. It's been a couple of days since I last spoke to you and that I updated this vlog, and I can say that I am 38% into Alchemised by Sen LinYu, and I am enjoying it. And look at the dent. So satisfying to see that I'm not really halfway through, but I'm kind of near. And I'm so happy because 1,000 pages and I'm still 38% after a couple of days. But still, that's fine. It is what it is. So I am mainly reading this book on ebook because it's easier to carry around, first of all, because I can't carry this thing around. And also I noticed that, I don't know, the first part, whenever, before I started it, like to try and read it, it was a little bit like on weird side. So hopefully when I'm kind of near in the middle, when I'm at home and I want to read it, I can continue like that. But at the moment, I'm reading on ebook and I'm okay with that. Anyway, let's talk about this book so far. I'm really enjoying it. Which I was a little bit scared and skeptical about it, because lots of people were saying online, oh, in 20% of the book nothing is happening and it's boring and I DNF'd it, or I decided to just not continue it, or does it make sense continuing? And then on the other side and on the other hand, you have other people that are like, no, you need to push through because it's so much better and it's amazing, blah, 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 blah. And of course I was like, let's see where I'm going to be in which part. Am I going to be the one be like, oh, it's so boring, or be like, oh, wow, this is really good? And I'm in an area where it's not boring, in my opinion. I think I knew from the start that this book was going to be a slow burn and a slow paced book with lots of words, a lot of descriptions, which some description or like explanations I don't get it yet, or kind of difficult to also remember one thing to another because there's a lot going on in here. And then on the other side, that I am enjoying it anyway, and I'm just carry on and continuing how it is. So this is a good position saying that I am enjoying this book, because I love in books a lot of plot and a lot of descriptions, and also seeing like exactly the perspective of the character, of the characters in general, and how it's gonna evolve in the story, instead of having like a fast-paced situation where you are going from point A to point B so quickly. I like point A, point B, slowly. So that's what I like, and that's why I think I'm vibing with this book. I knew entering this book that there were going to be a lot of a situation that I would feel not happy about, or lots of emotions coming along when I was reading things, because anyway, we're talking about necromancy, alchemy, and I have a couple of necromance kind of thing. You have, unfortunately, rape, you have lots of psychological situations, and imprisonment and cannibalism, and lots of gruesome scenes as well, with lots of blood, lots of things. So if you are someone that doesn't like this particular part of like reading books in general, I wouldn't recommend that. I was always someone, you know, if I watch a movie and there's a little bit of blood, it's fine. This one, especially when reading it, it's always different from when you watch something. So it was a little bit of time where I was like, oh, okay. Oh my god, it's horrible. Especially like one time I finished my meal and then I was like, okay, let me read a little bit of Alchemised, and then it was one part, it was so gruesome, and I was like, oh fuck, is my food's gonna come up now? Which thank god it didn't, but you know, it can happen if you're someone that feels a lot. Also, there was one chapter, but I don't remember now which chapter it is, where I was so shocked of what's happening to the character and what has to happen in the next 2 months, and I just leave it like that. But from the first part of like how it started basically how it basically says in the blurb for the plot, you know, that Helena, I think it's Helena, is it Helena? Yeah, Helena. Oh god, now I'm like, yeah, Helena Marino, she doesn't remember anything of what happened with the resistance. She has like, I think 8 months, like no memories at all of what happened, and she is in prison now by the people that actually are won, and she's basically been under like lots of struggle, lots of things. She can't use her powers anymore because they put her some manacle attached to it, so she can't do anything. And she was also a healer, but also another one, I don't know if I'm spoiling if I say that, but I'm not going to say it. She's something else as well. And then she's taken to the High Reaver basically to see why the Viz blocked her mind, so he's going to kind of help her. So that's kind of like where we are, and I'm more beyond that. What I'm liking now at the moment is that this book is divided in parts, which I didn't know, so I'm in the second part, and I can say the second part, we are back in time and we see exactly what's happened. So we are inside Ella Marino's mind because she started to remembering things, which is great. And it's not a spoiler because anyway, it's 1,000 pages. She's going to remember something. So it's nice to see also characters that she was remembering prior, and she missed them, but these people died. So now we're gonna know what happened to cause that and what's happening in general there. I think that the characters has been described actually well, especially like for Helena. She's in a situation where she can't do anything. Maybe people will be like, oh, she can do more things, she should try to escape. But from the actual male protagonist in there, it's kind of difficult, so understand for her why not doing it. So I'm okay with that. In terms of the guy that we're following, I'm interested to see what's happening because we are seeing a lot of things also from the past as well. And yes, you kind of recognize him more as like a Draco Malfoy, because anyway, like we know Alchemized was a fanfic first for Hermione and Draco Malfoy. But at the same time, I don't see it. I see it, but I don't see it. So it's not like bothering as much. And also I think she had to change a lot of things to publish this book as well. But I enjoy also the other characters, the horrible ones around, and I think they're done like really, really well. So I have no complaints in this. I think that maybe At the moment, some parts were a little bit more repetitive because, of course, it's a slow-paced book. So sometimes, like, the days will be kind of like the same, and then she was thinking a few things and whatever. So, of course, instead of having like a 1,000-page book, maybe it could have been 800 to remove 200. But I can't say this exactly that I want it just because I am only 38% in, but it doesn't feel like it. It's like this book is basically 2 or 3 books for me, but I'm not sure. I am enjoying it, so I'm happy that this reading vlog is actually coming really, really well. So far, I have nothing else to say other than that, my thoughts at the moment, and I don't want to say too much. And I'm so sad that I didn't record myself in this particular part where I was telling you before, because I was like in shock, and I was reading this one on the tube, so I couldn't even take out my phone and be like, and then I was going to work and I couldn't, take out and talking to you. And this has happened yesterday. So last night I didn't have time to even take out this camera and explain it to you because I was like, okay, I need to continue reading. So I kept reading for a long time. So it's so sad. It's the weekend now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do any like a clip of me reading. I have other things going on. So hopefully though I will continue reading a little bit. I would like to finish this book for next week. So I started this vlog on Tuesday, today's Saturday. So hopefully for next week, can I finish this thing? I mean, yesterday I read more than, I think 180 pages yesterday, which was really, really good for me. So might be, but we will see. We will see. But anyway, I'm enjoying it. I'm happy with that, and yeah, that's it. I don't know how it's gonna end. I don't know the story, how it's gonna go, and also I still don't understand what happened, because everyone, or like, I think Helena Marino did something really not great. That's what I'm thinking, but maybe it might not be. I don't know. We will see. We will see anyway. I gonna go now, and I'll come back to you next time. So I had to come in and tell you a little bit about where I'm at with Alchemised. And yeah, I'm at work. I just finished work. I just need to go home, but I am halfway through. I'm actually 60-something% in, and oh my God, what's happening now in the second part? Like, I am so shook and afraid of what's going to happen, even though we kind of know from basically like the first part, but at the same time to see like how we got like to the first part and we see it now, and we're still not there yet. I think there's going to be more pages to reach the center of it, but I don't know what to say, what to explain, and because I don't want to spoil anything, but like Helena had to do so many things, and oh my God, everyone like using her like crazy, and she's like, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. But then you see also Kane and stuff, if I can say the name, and also Luke and everyone else, and he's like, oh God. I'm now reading a part that is really making me really sick. But anyway, I just wanted to drop in one sec. When I come home, I might talk to you a little bit about this book, but maybe it's going to be tomorrow. I'm not sure. But I'll tell you that I'm still enjoying it. But my heart is breaking because it's going to hurt me, this book. But God, I'm just going to go now, and I'll catch up with you later. I just wanted to have just a mini catch up with you now. But just wanted to let you know that I'm more than halfway through, like 60%. So, yes. I'm coming here really quickly because I have a call in a couple of minutes. But I am obsessed with this book. I am page 810. And the emotion that I'm feeling and the despair and the things that happen, and I was reading this morning on the tube when I was going to my doctor appointment, and I was so shocked and I couldn't put it down, and I needed to because I needed to talk to the doctor, of course. I couldn't bring my book and be like, oh, so sorry, wait 1 second, let me just finish this chapter please. And also coming home, and then I didn't have time to read yet like during the day. I only did it this morning, and I am obsessed with this book. You have no idea. It consumed me. I'm now listening to songs that reminds me of this book, and I am afraid of the ending, and I might finish it today, I'm not sure, but for what is happening with the characters, and I wasn't expecting some things that happening with some characters, and I am obsessed. So I just wanted to let you know that I am obsessed, and what I want is basically just read a book and listen to songs that reminds me of the two characters and the world and everything. I love it. I'm loving this book, and I haven't felt such grip from a book in a long time since actually the book that wouldn't burn, because I read, well, you can't see it, the book that held a heart, which is right there, which is the last book in the library trilogy of Mark Lawrence, and that one tore my heart out, and I feel the same feelings and emotion towards this book, and I'm loving it. So I'll catch up with you later because I have a call now, and we might read it maybe together, because I need to read this one and I want to finish it hopefully today, if not tomorrow, but I need to have a reaction of some sorts, because we are, I think, in the area, and literally I've only this part left. Look at that. Oh my god. Anyway, I'll catch up with you later. I think it's time to read the book. Yay! So I've done everything I wanted. Okay, so I had my call, and then I chilled a little bit. I listened to some music. Then I edited a video ready for come out tomorrow, which you've been seeing it before this one comes out anyway. And now I think it's time to read and continue Alchemised. So for Alchemised, I think I told you before, I've been reading it, especially on my Kobo. Then physically, because I felt like a little bit difficulty in reading it, and also because I didn't want to carry it with me every single time I go to work or if I'm around. But I decided that because I'm near the end, I'm on page 810, I am going to read it physically, and I'll try to finish it tonight or tomorrow morning, because I'm gonna have a little bit of time tomorrow to read before going to work, because I want to see what's going to happen. I am so afraid of the consequences, even though we kind of know what happened, but not the effect and how it happened. So we know, but we don't know. I'm just gonna read here in my little nook and continue it. And I am obsessed. I told you before, I am so consumed by this book that I don't know what I'm gonna do after. I need to reread it. Listen, I think I need to reread this book, especially the first part, after reading this or finishing the second soon, because I have questions. I have things that I need to remember, even Elena's, even between them, I just need to see the question and the answer and how he replies and stuff like that. And when I was saying, oh, this is not actually like a romantasy, and I don't think it is, but I wasn't expecting that the love story was quite a prominent part, which kind of is, but it's not. So yeah, but I enjoyed it. Oh my god. Okay, let me just stop yapping, and I'm just gonna continue. And I'm sorry for the light, but the sun is completely kind of going down now, and I have a big light on, and I don't care if I'm blue. I don't care the light. I just wanted to let you know that I'm gonna read this book now. So let's see if I have any other updates. Sorry, my camera was dying, and I think this is a better way to show you that I'm reading. But oh god, I was reading this part that I'm like, oh god, what the F has he done? That guy. Like, she needed to save someone, and then he did that. Oh god, okay. Let's go back. I feel like from now on, I need to have a camera on all the time, but I don't... I'm afraid that I might not... you know when you feel like, okay, something bad's gonna happen, but... okay, let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, so I'm page 842, and I'm chapter 65, and something horrible is happening, and it's disgusting as well. Oh my god, that's horrible. Like, that's horrible. Oh, I'm so sad. What's happening? Oh my god. I'm gonna continue reading it, but it's hard. This part is really hard. If you know the chapters, I mean, there's so many chapters, but there's this area where they are prisoners and something happened to one of them, and it's horrible. Anyway, I'll continue reading. Oh, that's horrible image. Oh god, that's so graphic. I reached part 3. Okay, now we know how she started and how we see her in the first part. So now... Wow. Wow, okay. 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 So 2 years have passed since that thing that happened and that we know from the beginning. Oh god. Oh, okay. I'm gonna start now part 3. And we'll see. And it's on page 857. So, part 3, chapter 66. Let's go. Let's start. Well, actually, let's continue, because, oh god. Will I finish it tonight? I need to. I might not. I'll keep it maybe for the morning. We'll see. So it's the next day, and it's quite early in the morning in a way. It's actually 8 a.m. and I woke up because I need to finish this book, okay? I must. I'm on chapter 73, page 942. So I literally have just this to finish, less than 100 pages. Will I finish it before I go to work? I hope so, because I need to finish this book. So I know it's gonna tear my heart apart. I know that. But one thing I say, that this part, this is the third part, is a little bit more repetitive. I think because it's kind of a similar narrative to the first part and the second part. But I don't know why the third part is giving me on my nerve a little bit, because it's still like the same. So I didn't mind it on the first part and the second, but this part instead is just like, come on, let's just get to the good. Let's just go for it. But, you know, at the same time, I understand how the book is, so I need to just, you know, shut up and keep reading. So that's what I'm going to do. And I read quite a lot yesterday. I read more than 200 pages, which is great. So that's why I managed to just have like a couple to finish. So I'm just going to continue and see how it is. I think I had a little spoil when I was on TikTok, which it's fine, but I think nothing major or anything like that, but we will see. So I'm gonna start reading it, and we'll see how it is. Oh my god, I'm so afraid. And literally I read this book in literally a week and a couple of days, so that's great, because I started it on like Monday night to Tuesday last week, so that's a big accomplishment. But yeah, I just start reading now. I finished it. I finished the book, and I have to go because I'm late for work. I needed to leave actually 5 minutes ago, but I finished the book and I finished it. I'm gonna give you more thoughts later because I just can't do it now. But I cried a tiny bit in one area. It's good. It's a good ending, but bittersweet. So I'm gonna change because I need to go. But I'll be with you later, hopefully tonight, or if not tomorrow morning, to talk about this book, because I think I need to just let it there. I think it's a 4.5 or 5-star for sure, but I need to go now. But yeah, I finished this book. Alright, catch with you later. I completely forgot to finish this vlog because last clip that you saw me, basically, I finished the book Alchemised, and I never came back to you and talked to you about my thoughts after finishing it. And I only told you about my rating, which was a 4.5 5-star. And I'm so proud of myself that I finished this book and it's done. And in 1 week and 2 days, I think 7 or 8 days, I finished this chunk of a book. And I really enjoyed it. One thing that I can say is, again, to check the disclaimers around this book, okay? So at the end, there's like some content here, and it says things that might trigger you. So just be careful when, you know, you get this one. Always check the warning trigger, which I didn't say before because I kind of forgot. This book contains wartime violence, religious abuse, depiction of complex trauma, suicidal ideation, self-harm, human experimentation, medical torture, eugenics, cannibalism, sexual assault, rape, and allusions to necrophilia. So just be careful when you get into this book because it's dark, okay? There's lots of things that, I don't know if you saw in my clip, I was like, oh God, I was going to, not really throw up, but they weren't really nice to even read about. Heavy. It was really heavy. I can say that the first part and the second were my favorite. The third part, especially, like the first bit, was a little bit too boring in a way. And you know when people were saying like online, oh, it's a little bit boring, it's a little bit slow, nothing is happening. But for the first and the second part, that's fine. You are there, you need to get to know the characters, the author wants to make you feel like what they're feeling during those scenes. But from the third part, I was a little bit not there. And also the ending, it was cute, it was sweet, but I think that we kind of lost the characters, like, for the end. I don't know how to explain it, but it was jumping much, especially for the last part. I think I just wanted more of like a what if situation after, maybe to just not really abruptly finishing it, but maybe I wanted a different ending. I mean, don't get me wrong, the ending is great. I'm happy that it's like a happy ending, like a kind of book. But I don't know, I think because we were with this character and there was a lot of emotion on the first and the second part, I wanted the last part of the third part to be the same and to see more of how they were coping with what happened, before, to actually reach what they are now. So it's kind of left a little bit more of a, okay, they figure it out, they're kind of okay, and they're having their happily ever after, which is still great anyway. But still, it was a really good read. Everyone is saying, oh, it's too overhyped, and I think it's appropriately hyped, because I really, really enjoyed it. And I'm not like one person that really enjoys every single book that is popular or like book talk worthy, or like, I'm not that kind of person. But because of synopsis and what I read about it, that's why I was more interested. And because now everyone is talking about it, I think that, I'm happy that it is. But just make sure that when you read this book, there's a lot of things that are happening, and if you're not someone that can actually read like the gruesome aspect and the abuse, unfortunately, that there is in it, and other parts that is necromancy and alchemy and things like that, then just it's not for you. But if it is, then just get into it with an open mind and just enjoy it. But it's a ride. It's a hell of a ride, and it's not as an easy read, because you will, at first, or still now, sometimes I have a little bit of confusion of some words. I think that I would have loved to have a glossary of this specific word, like vivimancy, necromancy, just to see a little bit more of a difference of each of them, that I would have loved. Also, another thing is that I was a little bit, how can I say, the direction, or like basically I wanted a map. I wanted a map of the place that she was in the first part, and also a little bit of how the city was divided, because I still don't understand how the city was divided and how she was going to one point to another. I can't spoil it. It's a part 2, so I can't say it. But I think I would have loved some maps just to identify where I was, or where Helena was going from point A to point B, because it was still really difficult. But I love the story. It's a problematic romance, because it is. It's really fucked up, because it is. But still, it's like, I love the pull and push between the characters. It's what I wanted. I think is what I kind of like got there. There was one part in part 1 that I didn't like. There's something that happened to her, and it wasn't not consensual, let's say. And then once you read the part 2 and then part 3, you're like, your heart kind of is destroyed. I can't tell you exactly which part is it, because this is a spoiler-free video. But in case you want to yap about it in the comments, then we can talk about it down there. But here we keep it spoiler-free. But overall, I really enjoyed this book anyway. I think I have a stunning edition. It would be my top most beautiful book ever. I gave it, like I said, a 5-star. It's one book that I'm still thinking about it after finishing it like a couple of days ago. And it's gonna be in my brain for a long time. I did, for the first time in a long time, I said to my boyfriend Sam, I actually need to read part 1 now, because I know what happened in part 2 and now we end in part 3. So now I need to go back to part 1 and see the dynamic with the characters, because now I understand a little bit more, especially the male protagonist in here. But I haven't done it because I'm so afraid to go back because I know what's happening, but I think I will. I just need to chill a little bit, because I actually started reading other books that are not like fantasy or romantasy or gothic, just because this book is still stuck in my brain, and I love when a book does like that. It's not like normal for me to have books that stays in your brain for a long time. That's why I don't give enough for 5 stars. But this one is a book that deserves the spot and top of my end of year kind of list, which I need to think about it, but this is going to be one of them for sure. It was a little bit all over the place with description of my thoughts, but I can say that I really enjoyed it. If you want to try it, but just double check the trigger warnings, okay? I don't want you to feel bad or to feel nausea or anything like that just before you go there. Just double check if you can, okay? But anyway, I accomplished this book. I'm so happy. I can't wait actually to read more from this author and see what she does after. I'm happy that this is just a standalone, so I don't have to think about, oh, there's a second book coming out, which is great. Unless you want to do like a spin-off or what's happening at the ending, she could potentially do, but I don't think I would be interested in it because this is what I wanted. But anyway, done. I did it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed this book as well, if you have read it or not, or if you wanted to know more my thoughts before getting into the book. But yeah, I've done it. My biggest accomplishment for the year. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in my next video, which I don't know which one is going to be after this one, but you will figure it out later. Anyway, I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Ciao.